There's a moment you'll never forget. You're sitting across from her. Maybe it's a quiet corner of a coffee shop, maybe it's after work, or just a spontaneous conversation that drifted into something deeper, and then she does something. Not obvious, not flashy, but just enough to make your brain stop for a second and think, wait a minute, did she just... It's the way she looked at you, the way she brushed her hair behind her ear, the way she asked a question and actually listened. And suddenly, without realizing it, your gut whispers something your mind's too slow to catch. She's into you. But here's the problem. Most guys miss it, because the signs women give when they're deeply attracted aren't always loud. They're soft, hidden, like a secret code you were never taught how to read. And if you're not paying attention, you'll walk away thinking it was just a normal conversation, while she walks away thinking he didn't get it. So let me tell you a story, and as I do, pay attention, because I'm not giving you a list. I'm giving you a lens. 1. That'll help you finally see what most men are blind to. Josh had been working with Maya for about 6 months. She was cool, smart, confident in a quiet way. They joked around sometimes, shared a few laughs during coffee breaks. He always thought she was attractive, but he kept it respectful. One Thursday evening, the office was quiet. Most people had gone home early. Josh stayed behind finishing a report when Maya walked in and said, "You still here?" He looked up surprised. "Yeah, trying to beat the deadline." She smiled and walked over. "I brought cookies. Thought you might need one." He chuckled. "Thanks. You didn't poison them, did you?" She grinned. "Maybe just a little. Depends how you treat me." Now, that moment. It seems small, but it was the first crack. The first playful jab with just enough tension behind it to mean more than what was said. See, when a woman's attracted to you, deeply attracted, it rarely starts with bold moves. It begins in the subtle choices. She doesn't have to say, "I like you." She says it in how she gives you her time when she doesn't have to. She offers things, cookies, coffee, her attention, and watches how you respond. It's not just the words, it's the rhythm of the conversation. She waits for you to respond. She leans in, and even when the words are playful, her eyes tell a different story. They end up talking for nearly an hour, not about work, but life, music, their childhoods, dreams. And then she says, "You know, I don't usually talk this much. You're kinda easy to talk to." Another crack, another quiet signal. She's not just being nice, she's being vulnerable. And that vulnerability is not random, because here's what women don't always say out loud. When she's deeply attracted to you, she doesn't want just your attention. She wants your presence. She wants to feel seen, not just looked at. And when you make her feel that way, she opens more. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how her energy changes when she's around you? Like 1 minute she's normal, polite, casual, and the next her laugh is just a little louder. Her eyes stay on yours just a little longer. Her questions feel a little deeper. She's trying to connect. And in her world, that's a risk, because women are judged harshly for showing interest first. So she drops signals instead, clues, little mysteries wrapped in casual gestures. She'll ask you how your weekend was. But what she's really doing is measuring whether you'll include her in the next one. She'll compliment your shirt, not because of the shirt, but because it's her way of saying she notices you. She'll make eye contact, then look away, then look back, because she's wondering if you'll look long enough to feel what she feels. There was a girl I knew in college, Jamie. We had classes together, but we weren't close. One day after a group project, she says, "You know, I always thought you were interesting." I laughed. "Why?" She shrugged. "You think before you talk, that's rare." It hit me later. She'd been watching me, silently. for weeks. At the time, I didn't get it. I thought it was just a compliment. But now I know it was attraction in disguise, attraction wearing the mask of curiosity. Because when a woman's deeply attracted to you, she notices. She remembers the way you said something weeks ago. She brings it up casually, just to see if you remember. And you want to know one of the rarest signs. She lets her guard down around you. She laughs harder than she usually does. She gets a little awkward, a little nervous. Maybe she fidgets with her bracelet or her straw or her phone. Not because she's bored, but because she's trying. Not to mess this up. You ever see a woman who's usually composed suddenly get flustered around a guy? That's not just nerves. That's attraction fighting for control. And sometimes she'll say something that feels like a confession. Like, "I don't know why I'm telling you this." Or, "You're easy to talk to. It's weird." That's her soul peeking out. And if you don't catch it, she'll tuck it right back in. One day, Josh told Maya he was thinking of transferring to another branch. And she paused. A long pause. Then she said, "Well, I'd miss you." That's it. Simple, but there was weight behind those words. He felt it. He knew. Because in that moment, it wasn't just a co-worker talking, it was a woman who'd been quietly hoping he'd notice the way her heart leaned toward him. So if you're watching this, and there's a woman in your life who feels just a little different, who gives you her time, her smile, her jokes, her attention, who lingers in conversation just a little longer than necessary, look closer. Not with suspicion, but with presence, because attraction isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, subtle, secret. And if you can learn to see it, really see it, you'll realize that what you thought was just friendly might have been something much more. So slow down, listen, notice. The next time she looks at you just a little too long, smiles just a little too warmly, and says something that feels like it came from a deeper place, ask yourself, what? If she's already chosen me, and she's just waiting to see if I'll choose her back, because the signs are there, always have been. You just have to be the kind of man who sees what others miss. Narrator. Thanks for watching. If this helped, you see something differently, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need it, because in a world full of noise, it's the quiet moments that tell the real story. Stay sharp, stay present, and remember, sometimes love speaks in whispers. You just have to learn how to listen.